So, can anybody tell me what this is?
Straw.
It's
Straw.
a straw. Okay. So, straws have been around a lot longer than we thought they were. They've actually been around for decades. According to eatingutensils.net, there are even ancient artifacts proving that as far as 3000 BC, we had more simple designs of straws. They were even made from like gold and other kinds of rare stones. FootprintUS.com says the first known straw was invented by the Sumerians, and they would use straws to drink their beer because the straws would not suck up the chunks of solid byproduct that they used when their fermentation process, and also because the tanks they were using to ferment their beer in were too heavy to lift, so they made extra long straws and would sit on the floor and drink. Instead of trying to lift the vats, they used long straws, and these became pretty common after a while. They were made out of different kinds of materials, some kinds of rare stones, and they were also buried with their straws. Later on, the use of straws continued in the 1900s because some people could only drink beverages through straws. Some were made of manila papers, others were made of bamboo leaves, and so on. The first plastic straw was invented in the 1960s when plastic was becoming more and more well known for its fast and cheap creation. Even though bendy straws had been around for a few years, these newer plastic straws were so convenient because you could just open it up, use it, and throw it away. This new idea of a cheap plastic straw stuck around for years and years because the public loved it and it was able to be mass produced so quickly, and it was really, really cheap. All the plastic straws manufactured in the 1960s still exist today. Flash forward a couple years later into the 2000s, where people began to think and prepare for the long term. Environmentalists began to retaliate and create more efficient straws, like this metal one. And they were meant for like biodegrading, like paper ones, bamboo ones, or reusable ones that were made out of metal. NBC News showed that statistically 2018 was when plastic straws reached their most hated peak. Cities began to enforce bans on the use of plastic straws. Seattle was actually the first city to ban the use of plastic straws in utensils. And then a couple of states started to follow in their footsteps. Many large corporations began to enforce the use of paper and bamboo straws simply to please the outraged public. And as time moved on, reusable straws became a trend for people to follow as they would post on social media using their reusable straws, their paper straws. People, like corporate companies, have actually made fortunes off of selling reusable straws, and all these new prototypes show that even today our straws continue to evolve. We've gone from using plastic to metal, bamboo, and people still tend to get creative. Straws have evolved throughout so many years, and the use of them is extremely common. Let's talk numbers. According to the NPS.gov, Americans use 500 million drinking straws per day. So to put that in even more perspective, that is 8,333,333.333 drinking straws used every hour. Between the ages of 5 and 65, an average American will use about 38,000 straws. Straws have quite literally turned into a daily practice for the American. Over 5,000 years ago, the first straw prototype was invented. 61 years ago, plastic straws were invented, and let's wait and see what kinds of straws or drinking utensils people are using another 61 to 5,000 years from now.